Welcome to worship at First Presbyterian Church in Bend, Oregon. My name is Whitney, and we are so grateful you've joined us. We are a community shaped by what we call Spacious Christianity, a faith wide enough for difference, honest enough for questions, and kind enough for the full truth of our lives. Here, doubts are not disqualifiers. Questions are not threats. They're invitations into deeper faith and more authentic connection. Your story matters, and together we seek God with holy curiosity. So today, wherever you're coming from, know this: you are welcome, and your presence is a gift.
I asked you for the light. You gave me a long, dark night. Gave me shadows for my path. There was no turning back, and you whispered, hold on tight. I asked you for some peace of mind, so you gave me a fight inside. And how I wrestled with the truth, went round and round with you, could not shake you, but I tried. It's like dancing with the stone. Oh, how I'm trying to let go. So I pray with a broken heart. That's where the healing starts. Sing a song of a wayward child. Be thou my vision. I'm looking for another sign. Mercy in a sweet sunrise. Wanna be wherever you are. I'm praying with a broken heart. I'm praying with a broken heart. I asked you for a little faith, and you put a mountain in my way. And I've wasted so much time, nothing left to do but climb. Now every step is grace. Only you could start a fire on such an empty mountainside. So I pray with a broken heart. That's where the healing starts. Sing a song of a wayward child. Be thou my vision. I'm looking for another sign. Mercy in a sweet sunrise. Wanna be wherever you are. I'm praying with a broken heart. I'm praying with a broken heart. For all we lost in Eden, for all I still believe in. So I pray with a broken heart. That's where the healing starts. Sing a song of a wayward child. Be thou my vision. I'm looking for another sign. Mercy in a sweet sunrise. Wanna be wherever you are. I'm praying with a broken heart. I'm praying with a broken heart. I'm praying with a broken heart.
As a prayer, I want to share this poem titled Because by Rosemary Watola Traumer. So I can't save the world, can't save even myself, can't wrap my arms around every frightened child, can't foster peace among nations, can't bring love to all who feel unlovable. So I practice opening my heart right here in this room and being gentle with my insufficiency. I practice walking down the street heart first. And if it's insufficient to share love, I will practice loving anyway. I want to converse about truth and about trust. I want to invite compassion into every interaction. One willing heart can't stop a war. One willing heart can't feed all the hungry. And sometimes, daunted by a task too big, I tell myself, what's the use of trying? But today the invitation is clear. To be ridiculously courageous in love. To open the heart like a lilac in May, knowing freeze is possible. And opening anyway. To take love seriously. To give love wildly. To race up to the world as if I were a puppy, adoring and unjaded, stumbling on my own exuberance. To feel the shock of indifference, of anger, of cruelty, of fear, and stay open. To love as if it matters, as if the world depends on it. What I'm hearing from so many people right now is how their emotional, spiritual, physical circuits are overloaded, causing power outages. Our collective nervous system is fried. Imagine you're a 1920s Victorian house with kind of super sketchy electrical wiring. And you're trying to charge your iPhone, iPad, laptop while plugging in your new espresso machine and the blender to make a smoothie while the television's on. Your circuits are overloaded and your circuit breakers keep tripping. The wiring in your beautiful Victorian 1920s house is drawing too much current and struggling to keep up. It's a fire hazard. I've been thinking a lot about how our emotional, spiritual, physical circuitry isn't designed to hold, feel, respond to everything that's coming at us right now. We are exposed to every tragedy, every injustice, sorrow, natural disaster happening across the entire globe in real time, every minute of every day. And I'm not sure we're designed for this. If your circuits are overloaded, you want to shut down, there's a reason. And the reason isn't because you're heartless. It's because there's not a human heart on the planet that can absorb and carry all that's happening in the world, not to mention all that's happening in your own life. The Apostle Paul reminds us, do not lose heart. We need to find a way to take care of our hearts so that we don't lose heart for the work of love that is ours to do in the world. I was at a red light the other day, and the light turned green, and the car in front of me didn't move. The woman was looking at her cell phone. I missed the light. I'm actually embarrassed to admit that I was irate, fuming, teeth clenched, ready to blast my horn. Yikes. I took a deep breath. Why was my reaction so disproportionate to the event? It wasn't missing the light. It was the fact that all my circuits are overloaded. And all it took was missing a light, a green light, to blow a fuse. Do you find yourself short-tempered, impatient, overreacting to minor things? Think of a scale from 1 to 10, with 1 being calm, centered, 10 being your circuits are blown and you're about to explode. I suspect we're living our lives at 8 or 9 on that scale. Bombarded with 24-hour breaking news, breathing in air saturated with fear, anxiety, rage, uncertainty, absorbing violence, trauma, loss, that our minds and bodies and spirits are not equipped to absorb. Our circuits are overwhelmed. We're at 8 or 9 on that scale, thinking that's normal. And we fooled ourselves into thinking we're actually at 3 or 4. So notice, if you're at 8 or 9, it doesn't take much to be pushed over the edge. And we find ourselves reacting and overreacting from a place of anxiety, anger, fear, rather than responding from a deeper place of wisdom, patience, love. When we're in a chronic state of fight, flight, we start seeing everything as a threat, even the things that aren't. Our body stops distinguishing between an actual crisis and a perceived one. And we either shut down or we live in a constant state of simmering anxiety. So often we think we're going to feel better. I'm going to feel better once the crisis is over. I'm going to feel better once the problem is overcome. Once that conflict is resolved. Once we clean up the mess, then I'm going to feel better. But the paradox is, when we focus on prioritizing our mental, emotional, spiritual well-being, we actually bring more clarity, confidence, creativity to the crisis. At a time when we're witnessing the worst of humanity, it is so imperative that we stay tethered to the very best in us. So today I want to suggest a few practical ways that we might stay tethered to the best in us and that we might prevent our circuits from becoming overwhelmed. First, plug yourself into your original energy source, God's love for you. I really, really, really encourage you to begin and end every day reminding yourself of the one thing that never changes, the one thing that is steadfast and constant when everything around you is changing. The one thing that never changes is that you are God's beloved. Stay rooted and grounded in your identity as God's beloved. Trauma experts will tell us that when you experience trauma, you actually become kind of disconnected from your sense of self. You become disconnected from your identity and a sense of who you really are. Your identity is not equivalent to your biography or the circumstances of your life. Your struggles are real, but you are not your struggles. All of your circuits may be overwhelmed, but it doesn't diminish the truth that you are God's beloved. You're created in the image of God's unshakable goodness. When you plant yourself firmly with deep roots in this truth, you'll be surprised at your resilience. A tree's beauty lies in its branches, but its strength lies in its roots. There's an ancient proverb that says, when the roots of a tree are deep, there's no reason to fear the storm. There's this beautiful image in the Hebrew Bible in Jeremiah 17, where it says, blessed are those who turn away from fear and place their trust in God's love for them. They are like a tree, planted by water, sending its roots deep into the soil by the stream. This tree does not fear when the winds blow or when the heat comes. Its leaves stay green. In the year of drought, it's not anxious. No matter the weather, the tree firmly planted in God's love will never cease to bear fruit. Right before Jesus was led into the wilderness to be tested, right before he began his ministry, he heard God's voice in the River Jordan saying to him, You are my beloved. And Jesus kept returning and returning and returning to this truth. And it sustained him. It sustained him when he needed it the most. No doubt we certainly find ourselves right now in our own wilderness. We need to be reminded that beloved is our name too. Friends, to prevent your circuits from becoming overwhelmed, plug yourself into the one surge protector you can rely on, the deep, abiding, never-changing truth. You. Yeah, I mean you. You are God's beloved. Here's a spiritual practice to try. Write the word beloved on several slips of paper. Place these slips of paper throughout your house, in your car, at work. And every time you happen upon and see the word beloved, just pause. Take a few deep breaths. Deep breaths signal to your brain that you're not in immediate danger. And your fight-flight response can actually go take a coffee break. Breathe and absorb the truth that you are God's beloved. And imagine your heart smiling. Another important strategy to prevent your circuits from overloading. Find your people. Find your people. Lean on them. Reach out and let someone know that they can lean on you. When we're stressed, we tend to isolate. Isolation then fuels despair. The science is absolutely clear. Humans are happier, healthier, more resilient when they feel connected and a sense of belonging. Think about Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane. Knowing what is to come, Jesus doesn't walk into suffering alone. He doesn't retreat into isolation, bearing his burden quietly, not wanting to bother anyone. Instead, Jesus brings his friends with him. And Jesus says to his friends, "Stay with me. Stay with me." It's not a command, but a plea. A longing for nearness, presence, for the kind of companionship that doesn't erase the suffering, but makes it bearable. Do you remember the image of the sea otters? When night falls, otters actually hold hands as they fall asleep, so they won't drift away from one another and get lost in the darkness of the sea. Holding on to one another. Holding on to one another so no one drifts away. It just may be our most important work right now. Make it a practice. Check in on at least one person every day. And finally, to prevent our circuits from overloading, it's really important to turn our anxiety into action, however small. I was sharing with a friend that I was feeling really, really overwhelmed. And she said, Stephen, it's not your job. It's not your job to feed the 5,000. It's your job to bring your 5 loaves and 2 fish. And trust in God's hand, that's enough. Friends, what are your 5 loaves and 2 fish? What's the work of love that is yours alone to do? I just read about a Brazilian priest who takes abandoned dogs off the streets. He feeds them, he bathes them. Then he presents a dog at each Mass to be adopted. Hundreds of stray dogs have found a forever home, thanks to Father Juan Paulo. Nicholas Kristof, author, editorial writer for the New York Times. He's reported from some of the most desperate places on the planet. He's witnessed suffering that most of us can't fathom. And yet he says he doesn't fall into despair. Quite the opposite. He finds inspiration. Why? Because when the worst happens, it often brings out the best in people. He says he's witnessed so many people bringing their 5 loaves and 2 fish to a hungry crowd of thousands with selfless compassion, refusing to give up, refusing to give in to despair. Kristof says it inspires him, fills him with a sense of awe, inspires him to bring his 5 loaves and 2 fish to a world starving for hope. What is the work of love that is yours to do? Ask yourself that question every day. Ask yourself that question tomorrow and the next day. So friends, when your circuits are overwhelmed, stay grounded. Stay grounded and rooted in the truth that you are God's beloved. Find and stay connected to your people. Check in on at least one person every day. And don't worry about saving the world. Just simply be faithful in bringing your 5 loaves and 2 fish. And trust that in God's hands, that's enough. Do not lose heart. Please, please, please do not lose heart. Poet Nikita Gale wrote, "I will not give up the flowers in my heart just because the world is a hard place." The world's only a hard place because it needs more flower-hearted people. May it be so.
In the stillness of this moment, there is peace. There is peace. In the stillness of this moment, there is peace. There is peace. And I rest and trust and breathe. And know that in the stillness of this moment there is peace. In the stillness of this moment there is love. There is love. In the stillness of this moment, there is love. There is love, and I rest and trust.
Friends, remember when your circuits are overwhelmed, stay grounded and rooted in the truth that you are God's beloved. Find and stay connected to your people. Check in on at least one person a day. Don't worry about saving the world. Be faithful in bringing your 5 loaves and 2 fish. Go in the peace and the love of Christ. And may the love that you bring into this world, may your love bring peace to others. Amen.
This worship broadcast is only possible because of your generous support. We need your support in sharing a spacious Christianity, a faith that welcomes questions, embraces difference, and makes room for everyone. Please consider making a financial gift today. You can give online at bendfp.org or by using the QR code on your screen. Thank you for worshiping with us. It's a gift to have you here. Until next time, may God bless you.